What's up, pedalheads? Jimmy Man Eddie Monster here, and I've got quite the story for you on this edition of Rock and Metal News Bite Size Edition. It's crazy to think that we live in a world where music can still be censored in a way. Just thinking it's not the 1980s anymore, right? It's not even the 90s where we're trying to silence certain artists, Satanic Panic and things of that nature. But it's crazy to think that it's still happening to this day. Not surprisingly, where it is happening, though, I'm going to say. But for everybody out there, blackened death metal band Behemoth recently saw one of their two dates of their tour with Slaughter to Prevail recently canceled. Canceled, you might ask, why? Well, for satanic propaganda is what the Turkish government is calling it. Obviously, the band has released a statement stating, despite exhausting every possible avenue throughout the day and engaging in extensive discussions, the decision from the local authorities remains final. There's simply nothing further we can do to overturn it. Again, like I said, their music had been considered satanic propaganda. The government from Turkey was not going to budge whatsoever. The dates were supposed to happen on February 10th and February 11th at the Zortu Performing Arts Center, the Turkcell stage. And the band went on to say this, and this is very powerful for them to say. This is another example of ideology being used to suppress artistic expression and restrict cultural freedom. Music is not a threat, but silencing it should concern anyone who values freedom of expression. Like I said, we live in a time now where a band like this shouldn't even be scaring the shit out of us. In fact, if you've never seen Behemoth live, they're fucking incredible. That being said, I can kind of see it, for a country like Turkey, who's probably still very religious in their ways, seeing those guys would scare the shit out of me. Now, I would have been more scared of them when I was like 5 or 10, but understanding their music, what their messages, yeah, okay, they may talk about certain things, but like the band said, like Nurgle has probably argued to death about, it's artistic freedom, right? Freedom of expression, to be able to create your art and do it however you please, and to censor it is just damning and in its own right. It's like, come on now, let's move on. But again, it's the country of Turkey. I'm not 100% familiar with the country and their ways. I do know that there is, I believe, and I could be wrong about this, could be wrong as of the recording of this podcast, they, I believe, do have a huge Muslim population, which could explain how they're very, what's the right word to say, just very cautious about allowing a group like Behemoth into their country. But again, who am I to say what? I mean, they run things the way they do. It's just unfortunate. So Behemoth has had to cancel those 2 dates with Slaughter to Prevail. Just crazy. You know what I mean? It's 2026. We're still doing this. You know what I mean? It's hard. So if you're in Turkey and you are looking forward to seeing Behemoth, unfortunately, it is no longer happening. So I don't know what to say. Anyways, please, all of you out there, if you're catching us for the first time, please subscribe to the channel. We appreciate every single one of you that comes by and clicks that subscribe button. We definitely do. We're trying to create more and more material for all of you. We have something cool coming soon to kind of replace the podcast in a way, kind of leaning somewhere else. I always loved doing rock and metal news, so I'm going to be reporting the news anyways, a weekly special that's just rock and metal news, nothing else. I know some of you may be disappointed because I used to promote unsigned bands and even very, very independent artists. Trying to figure something out where maybe I will be able to do that. We will see. But for now, I'm just going to be reporting the news. So that will be coming very, very soon. So make sure you click that subscribe button so that you can tune in and always stay up to date with everything that we do at Pedal TV. Lots and lots of exciting things. We'll see you soon. Stay metal.